read enemies and match energies. Your vibe feels kinda off to me. You don't work, you don't get to eat. My team, we don't get no sleep. We built the table, now you on the seat. Can't sit with us, fiend up the speed. We ride the track, you can't catch the beat. Drop the mic, you can't compete. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Pink Bombshell, aka Chelle Alexis, aka the Pretty Little Boss. And today I am going to give you guys my very first story time. So this story time is going to be really long, but I ran a poll on my Instagram asking you guys if you prefer really long story times or if I should break them up into parts. And the majority of you guys said make it long. So here you go. This is a long story time. As we go along, if you guys prefer shorter ones, just let me know down below in the comment section, and I will definitely make a mental note of what you guys prefer. But today, we're going to go ahead and do a long one. So today's story is going to be about, and it is kind of like a two-part story time because one story time kind of runs into another story time. And for you guys to understand the mindset that I was in for the second story time, I think it's best for me to tell the first story time so you can see what led up to the second story time. So we're going to just do it all together at once. The reason that I thought about doing this story time was because recently a friend of mine, Larissa, Goddess Vibes Company, I think is her name, here on YouTube, and I will leave her channel down below in the description box. But she has like a travel vlog or travel blog on I know for a fact she has a travel group on Facebook, but she has Pinterest, like all of that stuff, and she focuses on like travel. And she asked a question in her travel group, and the question was, what's stopping you from taking that solo trip? And that reminded me, like, I was triggered as soon as I read that. Everything came back to me as to why I won't be taking another solo trip. It was definitely from a terrible experience. So yeah, I'm done with the solo tripping. I ain't going nowhere by myself, for real. But before we get into the solo trip from hell, I'm sorry, y'all, my back itching. We're gonna start out with the Black Artist Retreat from hell. I don't even know if it was a black artist retreat. I think it was a women's artist retreat. But I think most of us was black anyway. So anyway, this retreat, and I have receipts. If I learn how to do it, y'all, I'm gonna put them right here on the screen for y'all to read yourself. But if I don't learn how to do it, just take my word for it. I'm gonna be reading it word for word. Also, disclaimer, I am dyslexic, so if I'm struggling over here reading all these DMs, please, 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 please just bear with me and understand that I'm doing my best, okay? All right, so we're gonna start off with, I took a screenshot from one profile because we were communicating over, if y'all know me, y'all know I got like 12 different Instagram accounts, pretty literally. So we were talking off multiple accounts. Oh, just two of them, my artist account and my tattoo artist account. But anyways, so the retreat was scheduled for early 2020. I want to say like around March. However, if you guys remember, 2020, the whole pandemic happened out of nowhere. So the retreat got postponed. And at this point, we were waiting to hear, you know, when it would be rescheduled. The retreat was, just to give y'all a little bit of background information before I start the story. It was all inclusive for $500. It was an application. It was supposed to be like just a small selection of artists and female artists all over the US that were selected to join the artist retreat. So there was an application, there was an interview, and I don't remember if there was like different other criteria that you had to meet in order to be considered to qualify to win. But either way, I was a winner. I was happy with that because I saw a lot of the people that were invited. Well, first of all, the woman that was hosting the event was one of my favorite artists. Like I said, was. We'll get into that in a minute. But she was one of my favorite artists. Like, I admire her. I look up to her. Her work is phenomenal. Her work ethic is phenomenal. I don't want to get into her whole catalog because, like I said, I don't want y'all to start thinking about, oh, who this could be, because I'm going to keep that anonymous. I'm not going to blast her or nothing like that. I mean, depending on how you take it, but I'm not going to tell y'all who she is. But anyways, yeah, so I was selected. It was supposed to be 10 people selected to attend the artist retreat, and I was one of the 10. So I was very much happy, very much proud of myself. At this point, I had just moved from, I think might have been in South Carolina for maybe a year. I don't know if I was even here for a whole year yet. I think I was. I think I had just made it through a year living here. And I was excited because I moved here to pursue my art. So this is an opportunity in the art world, even though I'm gonna say it too much. Anyways, this is me branching out from doing tattoos and just stepping into an artist space. So I'm excited because this is something that doesn't really, well, I wouldn't say didn't have anything to do with tattoos, but it's just, this is different. This is an artist retreat, period. So for me, it was like a milestone to reach in my artist career. Not tattoo artist career, but just my career as an artist. So I was really excited. And in addition to that, a lot of the artists, I did see a list of a lot of the artists that were selected. And I knew a lot of them, and we admire each other. We admire each other's work, but I've never met a lot of them in person because, like I said, they're from all over the United States. So I was extremely excited about this retreat. I went ahead and I paid my $500 as soon as I found out that I was accepted. I think only the deposit was due at that time. I don't remember how much the deposit was, but I went ahead and paid the whole thing because I was like, if you know me, I do not like to owe. I don't like to make payments. I just want to go ahead and pay for it, and so that I don't have to think about it no more. It's paid for, it's done. I don't have to think about it no more. So I went ahead and paid my whole $500 up front right when I was approved. So now, that was in the beginning of 2020. Now this is in December 5th, 2020. This is after it was already postponed because of the pandemic. So I reached out to her and I said, hey, love, so are there any plans of rescheduling the retreat? December 6th, so the next day, she reached out to me and said, hey, dog, yes, ma'am. As you know, I was shooting for December, but numbers are climbing again. Speaking about the pandemic. At this point, the whole world is living life, so I wish we would have did it when we planned originally. Yeah. I mean, we really could have. But I was afraid too. Like, at the beginning of the pandemic, y'all, that's why I shut my tattoo shop down to begin with. Like, we didn't know what was going on. People was dying. Like, people was getting sick left and right. Everything was shutting down. Like, it was scary. So at the same time, had she done it in the midst of all that, I might would have backed out. I'm not sure. But anyways, she said, how's February for you? Like a self-love weekend for Valentine's. So I was like, as long as I know far enough in advance to book my flight and make arrangements, it doesn't matter to me. So this is January 7th. I reached out again. I said, good morning, love. I hope all is well with you. I wanted to inquire about the artist retreat. It's been a while since I heard anything. I know it was postponed due to COVID, but is it still happening? Because at this point, remember, in December, she told me she was gearing towards February. So now it's January. If we're going to do it in February, I need to know so I can go ahead and make my arrangements. So this is why I'm reaching out. She said on the same day, January 7th, good morning and sending you so much love. Y'all, it's so funny. Y'all gonna see why I'm feeling some type of way now, because y'all will see the energy shift with how she communicates with me. But anyways, at this point, she said, good morning and sending you so much love. I appreciate you for being up my ass about this. I just finished the flyers last week and I was about to start promoting. She said, you're locked in. All right, boom. She sent me the flyer. I don't think I'm going to show y'all the flyer because it's kind of a giveaway about, it doesn't have her name on it, but it kind of alludes to who she is, so I'm not going to show y'all the flyer. But the dates on the flyer is March 11th through 13th in San Antonio, Texas. So then she says, please send me your email. Mind you, we had been corresponding via email first about the retreat. But again, that was 2 years ago. It's now 2022. That was back in 2020. So, okay, maybe you need my email again because, you know, it's been a while. So I said, thank you so much and no problem. I can't wait. If everything is set, I'll go ahead and lock in my flight. Then I sent her my email address. No response. So I'm like, okay, cool. I reach out again 10 days later. So now it's January 17th, 2022. I say, hi, Queen. I hope all is well. I want to go ahead and secure my flight for the retreat this week. Just wanted to confirm a few things. Firstly, is there a certain time that I need to try to fly in on the 11th? Secondly, what time does everything end on the 13th? And lastly, what kind of attire do I need to pack for the overall retreat? Thank you for your time. Look forward to seeing you soon. Okay. Y'all, I'm a planner. I like to plan everything out to the T. So, like I said, this retreat is, well, I don't think I told y'all, but it's 3 days. No, yeah, 3 days, 2 nights. So the 11th through the 13th. I don't want to get there too late on the 11th and miss out on whatever is planned for that day. And I don't want to fly out too early on the 13th and miss whatever is planned for that day. I paid my full $500. I need the full experience. I need to know what time I need to be there, what time everything is over, so I can know what time to leave. Also, on top of that, I was asking about the attire because I don't know if I need to come and be like semi-formal or dressed up, or are we just going to be like creating? Like, do I need to wear my leggings and my sweats or some jeans and a nice shirt? Like, I don't know what we're going to be doing. There was no itinerary sent out. I have no idea what we're going to be doing or what I need to be wearing. So, yeah, that's why I asked about the attire, because I want to know how to pack. That's all. All right. So, 2 days later, January 19th, 2022. I reached back out again because I still haven't got a response from her. I said, good morning, love. I pray I'm not becoming a nuisance. I swear I don't mean to bug you because I know you're very busy. Y'all, I don't want to be aggravating. I know how that is. I'm not trying to aggravate you. I just need to know these things so that I can go ahead and secure my flight. Like, I don't want to harass you. I don't want to aggravate you. I hate to feel like I'm being a nuisance or just like doing too much. I don't like that feeling. And quite frankly, at this point, I'm feeling like as the host of the retreat, you should be reaching out to me, letting me know this information. I shouldn't even have to chase you down to figure out all this information that I need to know, which is a red flag. But anyways, like I said, I was very excited about this retreat. So I wanted to make it happen regardless. I said, I just need to secure my flight if I'm going to be able to attend a retreat because my funds are very low right now and was. And the flights keep rising. The flight prices keep rising on me. Please let me know at your earliest convenience if I can go ahead and lock in my flight and what times I should aim for. I apologize again for being annoying. I just really don't want to miss this opportunity because I can't afford the flight. It's just that simple. Like, imagine me paying $500 for this artist retreat, knowing about it for 2 years, and then it's time for the retreat, and now I can't go, and I'm out of $500 because I can't afford my flight. Yeah, no. Let me know so I can go ahead and make the necessary arrangements on my end so that I can make sure I'm good to go and I don't have to worry about nothing. All right, babe. So this is on the same day, January 19th, 2022. She replies, "Good morning, beautiful. I'm so sorry for the delay. Yes, yes, yes," in all caps. "Can't wait to finally meet you. Secure your flight, girl." I'm excited because, like I said, this is one of my favorite artists. So I'm looking forward to this. I said, "Awesome. Is there a certain time that I need to try to fly in on the 11th? And what time does everything end on the 13th? Again, y'all already asked this question, but she didn't answer it. So I was like, let me ask again, because I understand that it was a lot of messages that I sent before I finally got a response. So I was like, okay, maybe she didn't read all that. I get it. Let me just go ahead and ask again. So I asked again. She said, "The first event is Friday at 5 to get everyone a chance to get settled. And the last is Sunday at noon for brunch." So, okay, babe, I'm thinking, you know, as long as I'm there, maybe by 3 on Friday, because she also said at one point that she was, I think this was an email before all of this DM correspondence. She said that she would be, this was also back in 2020. So mind you, we had no correspondence between the last time we talked about the retreat in 2020 via email, and then when I reached out to her in 2022. Okay? Actually, it was, I think that December that I wrote her was 2021, but it's rolling over into 2022 now. Zero correspondence. We didn't talk at all. So, where was I? Oh, that's what I was saying. So initially she said that she will be picking everybody up from the airport personally. So, I'm thinking when she said Friday, everything started at 5, I'm going to try to be flown in by like 3 so that she can pick me up from the airport and still, like, whatever it is she needs to do to get ready, or however many other people. Like, I just want to get there at 3 so I can settle in myself. I can make sure I get everything, like I got my ride, everything is just in place. And then she said brunch on Sunday at noon. Okay, boom, I'll leave around 3. Brunch at noon, it should be over by 3, and you can take me to the airport, or I can get me a ride to the airport, whoop-de-doo, whatever, however it go. Or, well, when I say 3, I mean get to the airport at 3, not like fly out at 3, because obviously I would probably have to get to the airport at like 1. But yeah, so anyways, I need that information so that I would know how to plan my flights accordingly. So I said, thank you. I said, perfect. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and lock in. Thank you so much again. And I look forward to meeting you as well. On January 19th, which was the same day, I believe that was probably my flight or something. It says post unavailable. I'm thinking that was my flight itinerary that I went ahead and booked. I sent that and no response. So I text her again on the 20th. And I said, my flight is booked. I'll be arriving at approximately 10 a.m. on the 11th. I will see you soon. So, yeah, of course, when it comes to booking flights, y'all, you kind of got to go with what they got. And that was the only flight. To get there at 10 a.m. was the only flight that wouldn't get me there in the afternoon. Like, all the other flights, I would have arrived too late. So, I had to fly in at 10 a.m. A little early, but what you want me to do? I'd rather be early than late. So anyways, now, that was, again, y'all excuse my dogs in the background. That was January 20th. I sent that message. I did not hear from her at all until I reached back out to her on March 5th. 5th. Mind y'all, the retreat starts on March 11th. It's now March 5th. She has not reached out to us at all, or at least not to me. I have not received an itinerary for how the retreat was gonna go. Still don't really know what to pack. Like, I don't know what to wear. Nothing at all. I haven't heard anything from her since I booked my flight in January. She also has not promoted anything about the retreat on her social media. How? Like, it doesn't make sense. 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. Why are you not promoting this event that you're hosting? It's giving very much you ain't want nobody to come. But anyway, another red flag. But I'm eager to get there. So I'm not even like all these red flags. Oh, that's another thing. And this is on me, being cheap. I did not book any insurance on my flight. I did not put insurance on my flight to San Antonio. I did not put insurance on my flight from San Antonio. I'm just out here booking the cheapest flight. That was my mistake, knowing that I'm already seeing all these red flags. I should have did better and put insurance on my flights, but I didn't. But anyways, we'll get to that. So on March 5th, I reached out to her and I said, hey, love, just wanted to check in. I haven't seen anything posted or received any emails about the retreat. Is everything still good? Because y'all remember she did ask for my email. Why you asking for my email if you're not even finna email me? So I'm thinking, like, did I miss something? Did she type in the wrong email? Like, I was just letting her know I haven't heard anything. So what's tea? So March 6th now. So this is the next day. She wrote me back and said, good evening, love. My apologies for the delay and the inconvenience. My assistant was supposed to have reached out. So you're blaming the assistant now. Up until this point, I've been corresponding with you. You the one been in my inbox. You've been DMing me back and forth. Before 2022, back in 2020, I was emailing you. You were emailing me. We had one-on-one. We were communicating with each other, right? But now that shit hitting the fan, you want to blame the assistant for not reaching out. Cool. I had 3 cancellations last week for this retreat, which would bring us down to 3. You had 3 cancellations, and that'll bring us down to 3 people. But in the beginning, it was supposed to be 10. Okay, cool. Maybe somewhere along the lines with COVID and everything, you decided to take it from 10 people down to 6 people. Cool, whatever. But if you had 3 cancellations and you had 3 people that are attending at this point, please explain to me why it was that you couldn't reach out to those 3 people to let us know that it was canceled. Why is this on your assistant now? When it was cool, you were corresponding with us fine up until this point. But now that it's only 3 of us, it wasn't no type of way that you could reach out to the 3 of us, or at least confirm with your assistant that they had reached out to us, just to let us 3 people know that we will no longer be attending this retreat that we done paid for all the way back in 20. Well, at least me. I don't know when everybody else paid their money. I paid in 2020, all $500. Anyways, child. So I decided to cancel the experience until things align for everyone. Please send me your Cash App information so that I can reimburse you the $500 fee that you paid at sign up. My apologies again. Y'all, the reason why I'm so frustrated was because, again, it's 3 of us. You couldn't reach out to the 3 of us and let us know anything. Like, I went back and forth with you for months about booking my flight and making sure that everything was set so that I can secure my flight and set everything in stone. You know I've done all this. Why couldn't you reach out to me and tell me that you canceled the thing? It's not making sense. Now I'm going to get into the other trip and the reason why this ties in, and the other reason why this frustrated me so bad. Oh, before I get into that, I said I appreciate that. I just wish I'd known before I purchased my non-refundable plane ticket. But my Cash App is, I sent her my Cash App. This was on March 7th. And no response. So I reached out to her again on March 7th. I'm going to get to it in a minute, why this was so important. Please send it as soon as you get a chance so I can make the necessary arrangements to my trip. Both of my flights to and from San Antonio are non-refundable and non-transferable, so I'm taking an L on over $300. All right. A few hours later, she wrote back, I just woke back up. You aren't the only one taking an L on this, sis. It's been sent. Take care. What am? What happened to that much love and light, sis? What happened to that energy? Mind you, you are completely misdirecting your negative energy towards me because I'm not the reason that shit hit the fan. Baby, I paid my money well before all of this even happened. Very much early. Forget on time. Very much early, paying my coin. I had everything situated. My flights was booked. I've been corresponding with you all along the whole way, even though that ain't even my responsibility. It's yours. So why are you upset with me? Because you ain't had your shit together. Y'all, I was so irritated. Like, irritated, not even a word. I was fuming. And let me tell you why. At this time, on March 7th, I was in Atlanta for, I don't know how long some of y'all been following me, but last year I attended the Pain to Champagne event with Lily Yours Truly, hosted by Lily Yours Truly and Glamazon Tay. Two of my favorite influencers. Like, my favorite influencers, y'all. So I'm in Atlanta attending that event. Also, while I'm in Atlanta, I done booked a tattoo session with another one of my, she's one of my favorite artists now, but when I went and got tattooed by her, this was my first time getting tattooed by her, even though I've been following her for years. And she used to tattoo out of, her name is Kilo Inc. I don't think I said her name. But she used to tattoo in Brooklyn, in New York. So, I'm not sure. I don't want to say Brooklyn. I believe she tattooed in Brooklyn, but let's just say New York to be safe, because I don't know exactly where her shop was located in New York. But she's from New York, and she just so happened to move to Atlanta around the same time I was going to Atlanta, and I was like, oh, that aligns perfectly because I don't get to Atlanta that often. So now that I'm here, I'm like, okay, yeah, bet it's perfect. Let me go ahead and get my tattoo set up with her. So now I'm in Atlanta having to make all of these last minute arrangements to my trip. And after I leave Atlanta, of course, I was going to fly straight into San Antonio on the 11th. And then when I left San Antonio on the 13th, I had a flight to fly out of San Antonio to Dallas, Texas, where I had another tattoo booked. Y'all, again, I'm a planner. All of this was well planned out beforehand. My deposit for, I got this chest piece, my face tattoo, and an ear tattoo with Kilo Ink. I don't know if y'all can see it. It says self-love. Paid my deposit for that. I believe my deposit for this session was like maybe $150, maybe $200 max. I don't even think it was $200. And then my deposit for Krystal in Dallas was like $250, maybe $300. I done paid my deposits. My rooms are booked. I had to, I actually stayed in the Airbnb in Atlanta, and I had a hotel room booked for Dallas. San Antonio was supposed to be all inclusive, so I didn't have a room, which leads me into why I had to finesse my flight so much. Because y'all, if I had a hotel room booked in San Antonio, I would have just went to San Antonio anyways and still flew out. But at this point now, I'm not getting a refund for 2 flights. My flight to San Antonio from Atlanta and my flight from San Antonio to Dallas. 2 non-refundable flights. Now on top of this, I gotta book a flight to get to Dallas, because now I'm not gonna be flying from San Antonio, because I'm not gonna go to San Antonio when I ain't got no reason to go to San Antonio. And I would have had to book a hotel room in San Antonio and just be there with nothing to do. I think I might have one friend out there, but it's last minute. I'm not finna try to make plans and link. Like, I'm not a last minute person, y'all. I like to plan everything out in advance and just have, I can't do that last minute stuff. I just can't. So, I'm sorry. It's still something in my eye. Yeah, so now I have to figure out how I'm going to get to Dallas, because I'm not going to San Antonio. So what I ended up doing was, when she finally sent me my money back, I did have to wait a while for her to send me my money back. But once she finally sent me my money back, I just, I booked a flight from... I went back home. Okay, so when I left Atlanta, we actually drove to Atlanta. I was with my mom and my sister. So luckily we drove to Atlanta, so I didn't have to worry about flying out of Atlanta. So we drove back home to Charleston, and I got a flight from Charleston, because I did have a few days, because like I said, the retreat was supposed to be, I think my tattoo might have been on the 15th. So I would have been leaving the retreat on the 13th. My appointment might have been on the 14th. Yeah, I believe my appointment was on the 14th. But either way, so at this point, I'm leaving Atlanta on like the 11th, maybe the 10th. Maybe the 10th or the 11th. I think it's the 11th, because I was supposed to fly out on the 11th. So now I got, what, four days until my tattoo appointment. We just drove back home to Charleston. So from Charleston on the 13th, because I do believe my appointment was on the 14th. On the 13th, I did get me a last minute flight out of Charleston to Dallas. Excuse me, which already costed me an arm and a leg, but my hotel in Dallas was already booked. Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. My tattoo deposit was already booked. I did have to pay the rest of my tattoo, but I already had that set aside, so I was good. That flight was definitely more than $300. I don't remember how much it cost, but my flight to Dallas was more than $300. So I took a big L. Yeah, I took a big L financially, like, for real. Because now I got $300 down the drain. Now I got to spend $300 more. So that little $500 she sent me back for the artist retreat, like, it barely did anything, to be honest with you. But anyways, so now this is where the second story begins, and this is where it get a little funky, and this is where I'm gonna need my notes to stay on track, because y'all, it got crazy. It got crazy. So my flight to Dallas, I had a layover in Charlotte. If y'all ever had a layover in Charlotte or flew from Charlotte, y'all will understand my frustration. The Charlotte airport, well, until I flew through the Atlanta, until I had a layover in the Atlanta airport, Charlotte airport was my least favorite airport in the world that I ever been to. And I'm sure the one in New York is probably 1,000 times worse, but I've never been to the is it the JFK in New York? I believe so. Anyways, never flew through or from that airport ever, thankfully. But Charlotte, y'all, has always been a nightmare. Now, like I said, when I finally flew through Atlanta, I was like, damn, like, wow, it was terrible. But Charlotte is still pretty bad. So I flew into Charlotte I had a layover to Dallas. Y'all, my layover, I probably had maybe 20 minutes, if that, to get from one gate to another. If y'all know Charlotte Airport, you know that it's not even close to enough time to get through that airport. It's huge. Depending on the gate, you probably got to get on a few shuttles to get to your gate. It's huge. It's crazy. So I get to the airport in Charlotte. I only got like 20 minutes to get to my gate. I get on a few shuttles. I book it. I'm literally running with my luggage through the airport at this point to make it. Y'all, I get to the gate that I'm supposed to be flying out of. They didn't change the gate. The thing said like Kansas or something. I'm like, I ain't going to Kansas. What's going on? They ain't sent me no email. Now, usually the airport will send you an email, or on the app, they will send you a notification saying that your gate has been changed. Nothing. Nothing. I have got nothing, y'all. At this point, you would think my phone don't work, but it very much does. I got nothing. So I get up to the gate and now I'm panicking. And I'm looking at the big old, y'all know the huge little TV screen, the monitor that shows you all the flights and all the gates and everything. Y'all, it's so big that like the screen has to keep changing because it's so many flights out of that airport. So I'm over there looking at the sign and just panicking like, oh my God, I don't know, I think I'm gonna miss my flight. Y'all, this sweet little man came over and he was like, where are you going, sweetheart? He was just so sweet, y'all. He was so sweet. But at this point, I was very much so panicked. So I was like, I'm supposed to be going to Dallas, but I don't see Dallas on here. It was supposed to be this gate right here, but they changed the gate. And now, so I'm just talking 1,000 miles per hour. And he was like, okay, you're going to Dallas? Let me check it out for you. Here it is right here, Dallas. Gate, let's just say gate H. I'm at gate, I want to say a number because like I feel like they go through all the alphabets 1,000 times and then have to start on numbers. Like, it's so huge. But whatever the gate was, I literally had to book it to a shuttle and ride about 3 shuttles to get to the other side of the airport where my gate was. And then once I got to the other side of the airport, it still didn't let me out at the gate. Like, now I'm at the side of the airport I need to be on to find the gate. So now I'm still like scrambling trying to find a gate. Y'all, it was crazy. It was terrible. So I finally found my gate, and mind you, the people my plane should have left me, but they didn't, by the grace of God. When I got there, the flight attendant was like, yeah, we've been calling you on the big, you know, the announcer thingy. I wouldn't have heard it, y'all. I was all the way on the other side of the airport, literally on the other side of the airport. I wasn't even on this whole wing, like, at all. So anyways, they was about to leave me, but I made it by the grace of God. So boom, I get to Dallas now. Mind you, y'all, I don't like last minute stuff. I'm a plan in advance every time. So I've already booked my hotel room. I booked the hotel room based on the fact that hotel, the website said that they offer a shuttle from the airport, a free shuttle from the airport. So I get to Dallas and I get my bags and I go out to where the shuttles pick up. I sit there for probably about 45 minutes waiting on the shuttle that's supposed to come every 15 minutes. So at that point, I'm just like, what? Am I missing something? So I start to call the hotel. Hotel not picking up the phone. So then I flagged down one of the other shuttle drivers. Not the shuttle that's supposed to take people to my hotel, but another hotel shuttle. So I stopped him and he was like, I'm not really sure about this hotel shuttle, but I'm going to point you in the direction of somebody who might be able to help you. So he did. He led me to airport concierge. And he called the hotel, and go figure, the hotel picked up. I don't understand that one, but whatever. Anyways, hotel picked up. He's he's asking them about the shuttle, and they're like, we don't have a shuttle. Our shuttle stopped running during COVID. And I'm just like, y'all need to update y'all website then, because that's the only reason I booked this hotel. So anyways, well, also it was a little bit on the cheaper side too, which it was a beautiful hotel. So it wasn't like a cheap hotel. It was one of the ones close to the airport, which are usually nicer. But like out of all the hotels, it was a little bit cheaper, which now I understand why, and I will never ever book there again, ever in my life. Couldn't pay me to book that hotel again. But anyway, so now the lady is telling concierge that there is nobody booked at that hotel under my name. Now, y'all, I got my hotel reservations in my phone. They've been emailed to me, and I booked through the booking app. So it's on the app as well. I got my confirmation on the app. I got my confirmation in the email. It's all right here. So I'm just like, you know what? Just hang up with her because I don't got time. So I called me an Uber. Mind you, every single Uber that I took while I was in Dallas was $45 and up. Even if the destination was around the corner, it did not matter. The Uber was about $45 or more. I think I paid up to $60 for an Uber at one point. Y'all, the Ubers was so high. Everything, pretty much everything except for the tattoo shop was supposed to be like 20 minutes away from my hotel, but y'all, I don't know if it was because of traffic or what, but it did seem far as hell. Or I get to why I think it seemed far as hell, but anyway. So I get to the hotel now. I had to get me an Ubered over there to the hotel. Mind y'all, it's really early in the morning still. It's probably like, I'll say it's probably about 8 a.m. now. Because when I left Charleston, it was like 3 a.m. I think it was 2 a.m. when I left my house. It was about 3 a.m. when I got to the airport. I think my flight was at like 4 or 5. And I arrived. That can't be right. I must have left earlier than that. But either way, y'all been up all night. I've been up all night. I didn't even sleep on my flights. I have literally been up all night. So at this point, I'm frustrated. Imagine me running through the airport at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning trying to get to that plane. Like, it's been a long day already, and the day barely even started. It's 7 a.m. So I think by the time I got to the hotel, though, it was about 8 a.m. So I go to check in. And I told the lady, I was like, yeah, I'm the one that called about the shuttle. So instantly, I probably shouldn't even brought that up, because instantly she got an attitude with me as if I'm the reason why they shuttle ain't running or whatever the case may be. And then I said, I mentioned the fact that, and y'all, I was very polite. I don't remember word for word or verbatim what or how everything was said. But I know me, and I was being very kind, even kinder than I probably should have been. I ain't really have an attitude, even though I should have, but I didn't. I'm very non-confrontational, which is probably actually a problem, because like now I'm trying to learn how to be a little bit more confrontational, not to be confrontational, but to be able to stand my ground and use my voice when a confrontation arises. Like, I don't want to just be this little timid person that's afraid to speak up. So I'm learning to be a little bit more confrontational when need be. But unnecessarily, I'm not finna just pop off and have an attitude and all that. That's just not me. That's not who I am. So I get to the hotel or whatever, and I mentioned that the lady, I'm not even referencing the lady that I'm speaking to, even though I'm pretty positive that's her just by the voice and how she already treated me, her demeanor. I'm speaking to her as if I just met her. So I said the lady on the phone told me that there wasn't a reservation under my name. So I pulled out my ID and I pulled out my hotel reservation and I give it to her and show her. And she pulls it right up, right? And now that I'm thinking back, it don't make sense. She pulled up my reservation, right? Then she's telling me, oh, check-in isn't until 3 o'clock, so I can't check you in until 3. Y'all, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. What am I supposed to do? So I asked her if I could check my bags in. Not like into the room, but y'all know how some hotels will let you go ahead and check in your bags and they just put them in a room until they're ready to check you into your room. Like they'll lock them up in a room for you. Y'all, ain't no baggage check-in. So now I'm stuck here in the lobby with my bags until 3 a.m. Because, like, it's stores around walking distance by the hotel, but I can't go nowhere without my bags. I mean, I can't go nowhere with my bags. I'm not finna just carry my whole duffel bag, backpack, fanny pack, all the, like, I travel with bags, y'all. I'm a baggage girl. I be having bags. So it's really not much I can do. So, boom. I'm sitting in the lobby. Then I come to realize my phone about to die. I have a charger, but I don't have a back piece. Because I'm expecting, everywhere I go nowadays, there's somewhere where you can plug in your USB. Of course, now I travel with a back piece just in case, a portable charger just in case. I travel with the just in cases, but I had gotten in the habit of everywhere I go, whether it's a hotel room, a car, wherever I'm at, all I need is my cord because there's always a USB plug-in. Y'all, there's no USB plug-in in this lobby, and I'm talking about a beautiful lobby. Y'all got brand new flat screen TVs. Y'all got these nice ass light fixtures and lamps, and they got the benches that have the plugs on them, like the chairs in the lobby have like the plug where you can plug stuff in at, but no USB port. You have to actually have the back piece. So like I'm talking about a nice, modern, beautiful hotel, and y'all don't got nowhere for me to plug in my USB. So at this point, I'm panicking because it's like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. My phone is about to die and check-in is at 3. Like, what am I going to do all these hours just sitting in the lobby with no phone? So I'm telling my girlfriend at this point, like, I'm freaking out. She like, babe, calm down. I got you. Don't even worry about it. Then my phone died. And I'm like, how she going to got me and my phone dead? She can't even track my location. Like, I'm freaking out. Then all of a sudden, a guy comes into the lobby with a phone charger for me. I don't know if she like Ubered it or I don't know. I don't know how all this technology stuff works. All I know is a guy came in the lobby with a phone charger for me and I was happy. Like brand new from the store, phone charger for me. So I was happy. I plugged in my phone. Now at this point I'm starving, haven't eaten all day. So I went ahead and ordered some Grubhub, Uber Eats, whatever have you, to the lobby. Sat there and ate my food. Anyways, it was a long day. So then 3 o'clock roll around. It's not over. 3 o'clock roll around, and I go back to the desk to check in. The lady tell me, "Oh, we can't check anyone in," with an attitude, by the way. We can't check anyone in because our system is down, so we can't check the people out from this morning, so y'all gonna have to wait. By this time, by 3 o'clock, it was another man with 2 kids in the lobby also waiting to be checked in. I don't remember what time he got there, but he wasn't there as long as I was there. But anyways, so we're all sitting in the lobby waiting to be checked in. Now she talking about the system down. And I'm just like, well, what can y'all do? Because I've been sitting here literally all day. I've been more than patient. Y'all need to figure something out. And she was like, give us about an hour. I done gave y'all all day. My whole day gone. Talking about give y'all an hour. But it wasn't nothing I could do. So I went back and sat down in the lobby for another hour. I will go by. Now, mind y'all, so the lady that I was corresponding with since this morning, we just gonna call her Maria. I think that was her name, because I damn sure wouldn't mind saying her name on here, because she deserves to be fired, to be honest with you. Like, and I don't say that lightly. I don't say that about people often, but she don't need that job, because she was extremely rude to me, very unaccommodating, and just very, like, she had an attitude with me for no reason at all. So anyways, but by this time, another lady was there, and I remember her name. Her name was Julia. You know, I never make a fool of ya. I love that. But anyway, so Julia was there this time, and she was very much aware of Maria's attitude and how she was acting and treating me. So she was just trying to kind of like diffuse the situation. She was very apologetic. Very like, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. I understand your frustration. Like, she was very much just trying to diffuse. Mind you, both of these people barely spoke English good. So it was a bit of a language barrier. I mean, they spoke English, but they had a heavy Spanish accent. So anyways, Julia was very understanding, very kind. I did later on go leave a review on Yelp and the hotel website about my experience, because baby, no. Once they finally did allow me to check in, which I think the systems were still down, which I hate, they take my card. They're like, I already paid for the hotel room, y'all. I paid for it in full on booking.com. It's done. It's paid for. When they went to check me in, they said, oh, we need to put $100 hold on your card for incidentals. Now y'all tell me. This was not on the website. This wasn't on the front desk nowhere. Y'all had all day to tell me this. Honestly, I would have just got my money back from booking.com and went and found me another hotel had I known I was going to go through all of this, and y'all was still going to put $100 hold on my card. Y'all, mind y'all, my funds is low. Real low. And I still got to pay for this tattoo tomorrow. Like, at this point, I'm frustrated. I'm like, man, I'm by the time I leave Texas, I'm gonna be broke. Like, broke. Not like how we say broke and still got money in savings. I mean, like, broke. So I'm frustrated. I'm like, why can y'all been have told me that? But anyways, at this point, it's almost 5 damn o'clock in the afternoon. I'm ready to get in this room. So I just gave them my card or whatever. Mind you, their system was down. So to this day, y'all, I never got that $100 back. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all now, because I know I'm going to probably forget later. About a month, or maybe it might have been a few weeks later, they took another $100 off my card. And so I had to call and get that straightened out and everything. They put that $100 back. But the first $100 they took off for incidentals, they never ever put back. And y'all, I ain't do nothing but sleep in the room. Well, I did more than that, but when I left that room, it was just like I had came in there. They probably ain't even cleaned it, knowing them, because it looked clean. It was very much just like I left it. Made the bed up and everything. Anyway, so finally get in my room. I ordered some KFC. I had ordered a KFC bowl. And then, y'all, at this point, I needed a drink real bad. And I'm very much aware that you're not supposed to drink 24 hours before you get a tattoo. Y'all, I'm a tattoo artist. I be telling y'all that. So best believe I know it. But at this time, y'all, I'm not even thinking about the tattoo. I'm just thinking about the day I had. I need some wine. So this pissed me off too. So I ordered some wine to come to the hotel. I forgot what the little app called, Booze something. It's like a little delivery service for alcohol. So I ordered a big ass bottle of wine. I'm mad about that too, because who did I think I was? It's just me. Like, I ain't talking about a little skinny bottle like that. I'm talking about the big bottle like that. I ordered a big ass bottle of wine just for me for one night. So anyways, well, technically I was there for 2 nights, but the second day I was so sick. Anyways, I'll get to that. Anyways, so I ordered the big ass bottle of wine. Go down to the lobby. My wine and my food then came. Go down to the lobby, y'all. they ain't got no corkscrew for me to open my wine. Which, mind you, if I had bought the smaller bottle, they have twist tops. So I would have been able to get in my wine. It would have been the perfect amount for me to drink while I was there, and I would have had no problems. But now, I need a corkscrew. I had to walk to the gas station, which is okay because now I have my room. I can put my stuff in here and not have to worry about nothing. But now I have to walk to the gas station around the corner to see if they even sell. I think I called the head. I think I just called and asked, and they said they did. So I walked over there, bought a corkscrew, and I see the same bottle of wine that I just had delivered to my room for less. It was probably like $10 in the little convenience store. And I'm sure I paid well over $20 between the wine prices, the delivery price, and the tip. So I was mad about that. But anyways, y'all, this day was so crazy. At this point, I was just like, I don't care about nothing. I just want to go back to my room, eat my food, lay down, and sip my wine. And that's just what I did. I think I was watching Martin or something on TV. I talked to Bae on the phone about like just decompressing from how crazy the day was. I sipped my wine and I went to sleep. Y'all, I woke up with a hangover. Mind you, this is the day that I'm getting my tattoo now. Woke up with a hangover. I have to go to the ATM to pull the cash out because I don't like traveling with cash on me like that. So I kept my money in the bank until it was time for my session. But now I got to find the ATM. Luckily, it was one down the hall at the hotel. But y'all know how ATMs be taxing. And I had to withdraw make two different withdrawals because of the amount that I needed to get out. More money, more money, more money, more money. I'm so frustrated. Like, I done spent so much money. I'm tired of spending money at this point. Anyways, got the money out. Then I got up pretty early because I think my tattoo session was at 11. But I think I got up pretty early because I remember walking to the gas station again. I bought like snacks. I bought some water bottles. I bought a banana. Just things that I could, which I should have just got those things the day before when I walked. But y'all, all I could think about was decompressing for the day. I wasn't even thinking about the next day. So walked back to the gas station, got everything I needed for the day. Walked back to the hotel, went ahead and got my money out of ATM, and then I called my Uber. Y'all, have y'all ever seen Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby? Remember the taxi driver that killed Bill Cosby in the beginning? And he ran into him at the end of the movie too? Yeah. That's exactly the Uber driver that I got in Texas to take me to the shop. Y'all, that man, he was real cool. He was telling me about all the food spots. He was real down to earth. But y'all, when I tell y'all that man drive like a bat out of hell, I almost thought I wasn't going to make it to the tattoo shop. He was... Y'all, I thought I wasn't gonna make it. And I'm talking about fast too. So I got to my appointment pretty quick. I was early. My session went fine. It's so ironic though because Krystal was talking. Oh, it was a guy that went into the bathroom. A guy that was getting a tattoo at the same time. Like, it's multiple artists in the shop. So another guy that was getting a tattoo, he was in the bathroom for like a little minute. He should have been done peeing by then. So everybody in the shop was kind of talking like, they was telling the artist who was tattooing him like, you might want to go check on bro. Like, I don't know. And I was like, what, y'all think something happened to him? And Krystal was like, girl, I think she said like last week. She was like, somebody went to the bathroom because they wasn't feeling good, but they ain't say nothing to nobody. And they ended up passing out in the bathroom with the door locked. So we had to break into the bathroom just to get them. And I was like, dang, it be going down like that in here? She said, girl, people pass out like every week. At least one a week, people pass out in here. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Because, y'all, I've been a tattoo artist for 10 years. And I've only had one person pass out on me. One. And, y'all, I ain't going to lie. That shit was scary. I was terrified. I ain't know what to do. The boy brother was laughing. And I'm just like, what? Do this happen all the time? Like, what? What's tea? Because I'm ready to call the police. I'm scared. But he was fine. He got up. I ain't going to say no names because I went to school with him. But Hey friend, if you watching this, I hope you're good. Shout out to you, because you went down in history for being my first and hopefully last pass out, because that was too much for me. But anyways, so yeah, he was fine or whatever. And I'm like laughing it off like, that's crazy. Like, I ain't never passed out getting no tattoos. So I'm just thinking like, could never be me. Y'all, I went to that bathroom. Like, I felt fine up until the point where I got up. I went to the bathroom, came out. Actually, I felt fine for the rest of the tattoo. Then after my tattoo, Krystal was like, you trying to smoke? Yeah, duh. Like, what you mean am I trying to smoke? You trying to light up? Like, let's go. So we stepped outside. We smoking now. Y'all, all of a sudden, I don't know if it was the weed. I don't know if it was the fact that I hadn't really ate. I think I had a banana that morning, and that was it. I didn't really eat during my tattoo. I had a water bottle, but I might have took like one sip of water during my session. Y'all, I felt like death. Like, I felt like I was going to die. I felt so bad. It don't even make no sense. And me, like I said, I go to Krystal. I've been to her. That was my third session with Krystal. I might go see her once every like 3 years or so. I think my first time going to her was like in 2014. Might have went back in 2017. So now 2022. I'm catching up with my girl. It's been like 5 years. Yeah, let's catch up. Yeah, I didn't really know how to communicate this with her, but I truly felt like I was going to die. And I just remember, because all through the session, we was catching up on everything we had going on in life and everything. And I was telling her about all my travels. I told her about the art retreat. I told her about, at the time, I was running for Ink Mag Cover Girl. I was telling her about that. I was telling her about my new shop, because the last time I had seen her, I had not opened up my own shop yet. So I was telling her about that. I was telling her about moving to South Carolina and still trying to run my shop from Florida, like from South Carolina to Florida, back and forth and everything. So I just started saying, when we were smoking, I started feeling like death. At one point I had to sit down. So now I'm sitting on the concrete on the curb outside the shop. And she was like, you good? I was like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm just tired. Truthfully, y'all, I feel like I'm about to die. Like, I can't think of no other way to explain it. I'm nauseous. I'm dizzy. Like, my head is spinning. I feel like I'm about to just pass out and die. But I didn't want to be dramatic. I didn't want to be that person. So I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just tired. And she thinking I'm saying like just tired from the trip, tired from, you know, the demands of business, tired from the traveling, just tired in general. So she was like, yeah, I think maybe after this trip, you should just take a break and just, you know, just get back to, you know, calm, just find some peace after this trip, just relax a little bit. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Y'all, she don't even know. To this day, I don't even think I told her how sick I was for real. But yeah, I was about to die. So I remember the Uber came up. We was waiting on my Uber while we was outside smoking. The Uber came up. I just remember, like, I vaguely remember this whole part right here because I was literally out of it at this point. But I do remember the Uber not being able to see us. Like, we saw him pull in, and Krystal was like, is that your Uber? And I looked at my phone, I was like, yeah, that's him. But he was like driving all the way on the other side of the complex and shit looking for us. So I just remember Krystal going like in the street and like, hey, we over here. Like, she was flagging down the Uber or whatever. And I was just like, I'm sitting on the curb, barely hanging in there. So then the Uber pulls up. She helped me up, and I kind of stumbled. And she was like, girl, you sure you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I just need to lay down. And she was like, okay, well, text me when you get to your hotel. Yeah, I don't think I did. I did hear her up the next morning, though. But I don't think I hit too much of nobody up when I got to the hotel. Yeah, I got inside the Uber, and automatically I felt like passing out. But I knew that was the last place I needed to be passing out at. Like, I'm in Texas. I'm in this man's Uber. It's nothing for him to go to my location, act like he dropped me off, and take me somewhere else. I can't pass out in here. So at this point, like, I can't speak. I can't, like, my stomach hurts so bad. Like, even when I was saying goodbye to Krystal, I couldn't really speak. So, I can't call Bae on the phone, but I text her and I was like, Bae, I feel like I'm about to pass out. She already had my location. The whole trip, she had my location. So she basically just tracked my location back to the hotel just to make sure I made it. Soon as I walked in the hotel lobby, I went ahead and got my key out my pocket. Y'all, I remember walking like this. Like, even a hotel lady, not Maria, but Julia was in there. And she was like, are you okay? And I was like, I just kind of like waved it. I couldn't even speak. I just, like that. And then I went into my room. I put the key in the door, opened the door, passed out on the floor. Literally passed out on the floor. The door shut behind me. And I didn't stay there for long. I was probably maybe on the floor maybe about 5 minutes, like, just to catch because I couldn't breathe. Like, I was nauseous. I was out of it, y'all. And literally, it's so crazy because walking down the hotel hallway to my room, in my mind, even when I was in the Uber, in my mind, it was like I was hearing, like, this is the last day. Like, this is the day. Like, basically, I'm gonna die today. It's basically how I was feeling and what I was, like, hearing. Like, it was so weird. And then, honestly, I wasn't mad about it. I wasn't freaked out or panicked. Like, I'm at peace with death. I feel like I've lived a wonderful life. Whenever it's my time, of course, I'm gonna be sad for my loved ones that'll miss me. But y'all ain't gotta mourn for me, because my life has been full. I know I ain't but 30 some years old, but I've had a full life. When it's my time, I ain't crying. Just know that. So I'm at peace with it. Like, so, but in my mind, I'm just thinking, like, this is my last. And I'm thinking, like, okay, this is honestly probably the best way I would prefer to go. I'm in Texas. I'm by myself. My family don't have to find my body. You know, some hotel person, hopefully Maria, will have to discover my body and be haunted by that for the rest of her life. And I don't know, the only worry will be them getting my body from Texas to Florida. Like, that's it. I'm sorry about that, but hey, at least y'all ain't have to be there for it, you know? So in my mind, I'm at peace with it, but the whole time I'm thinking, like, this is my last day, y'all. I'm finna be gone. I ain't even say no goodbyes to nobody or nothing. I did tell my mama that I was really sick, which kind of put me in a place where I felt like I was really gonna die for real too, because with me being nauseous, like, so I got up off the floor, I went and laid down in the bed, but as soon as my body hit the bed, I felt like I had to throw up real bad. So I got back up. Like, y'all, it's taking all my strength in me to even get up and move around at this point. But I got up, I went to the bathroom, and I went to throw up in the toilet. But then I felt it coming from the other end, y'all. I know this is disgusting, but just to give y'all an idea of how my experience went, it was coming from the other end. So I ended up having to sit on the toilet and grab, like all this is happening at the last minute. So I'm like sitting on the toilet, grabbing the trash can and like throwing up, and at the same time, y'all, it was a lot. It was a lot. And all I had to eat that day was a donut. I mean, a banana. So it's mostly water, because from the shop all the way to the hotel, I was just drinking water, which probably might have triggered my reflexes a little bit too, because you know, if you drink water too fast, once your stomach is upset, that can it'll come back up. So that might be what triggered me to really throw up like that. But I was violently throwing up, like projectile throwing up, and I barely had anything in me to be throwing up like that. So of course, eventually I started throwing up my stomach lining. It was crazy, y'all. It was terrible. It was horrible experience. But then my mama was talking about, I was telling my mama how I was scared to lay down, because I knew it was more in me that needed to come out. I don't know where it's coming from, but like my stomach is still really upset, and I know I'm gonna have to, like, I'm gonna have those reflexes again. So she was just like, well, make sure you sleep on your side so that if you do throw up in your sleep, you don't choke on it. And even though she's telling me this as advice, I'm thinking in my mind, oh, that's how I'm gonna go. Yep, that's it. Cause I know I'm a crazy sleeper. I could go to sleep on my side, but before the night over, I'm gonna be on my back. I'm gonna be on my stomach. I'm gonna be like, ain't no telling how I'm gonna end up sleeping. And if I end up on my back and I throw up, that's it. My life is gone. So in my mind, I had made up, that's how I'm gonna go. Like, I already see it happening. That's how I'm gonna go. So anyways, y'all, it was so crazy. Then, so the next day, I did make it through that night. Barely, but I made it through that night. So sick. I was still sick the next morning, and I had to fly back that day. Oh, so, y'all, the rest of my wine that I had planned on drinking that day after my session, throwed it away, because it was just no way it was going to happen. No way it was going to happen. So, the next day, I got to fly back home, extremely sick, very much still sick. And this was the day I had another layover in Charlotte. Y'all, from Dallas to Charlotte, when I got to Charlotte, I left my bag on the airplane. My bag, like my fanny pack that I never really take off. The only reason I took it off on the plane was because I was very uncomfortable in my seatbelt. It's like the fanny pack that go across right here. So I took it off thinking like, I can't leave the plane without it. Like, it's right here, but it had somehow got wedged in between the seat. Like, I did go to sleep on that flight. So when I got off the plane, I got my backpack from up here, and I ain't think no more about that fanny pack. I did feel lighter, but didn't even think about it. Like, I had just woke up. I just got my backpack from out the carry-on thing and went on about my business. Once I realized I left my bag, I was all the way at the gate that I was going to. Had to make my way back on the other side of the airport, but I couldn't remember what gate my plane pulled into. So I'm asking everybody over there, like, do you know what, not people, but the workers that were at other gates, like, do you know which gate which car just came from? Nope, can't help you. Nope, can't help you. Nope, can't help you. Nope, can't help you. So finally somebody put me with this guy. He wasn't concierge. He was like a porter, I think. I don't remember what his job description was, but it looked like he ain't really do shit but clean up. I don't know, to be honest. He had like a broom in his hand. I don't really know what his job description was, but he was very much not happy about helping me, which was very frustrating, because it's like, bruh, like, he had an attitude too, and it's just like, bruh, why is everybody so mean in Texas? I'm not used to this. So he was like, how you don't know what gate you got off at? I said, sir, with all due respect, my mind is focused on remembering what gate I need to get to, not what gate I got out at. That's not even none of my business, for real. Like, why would anybody pay attention to the gate they got off the plane on? I have never once stored that in my memory bank. Never. It's always what gate I gotta get to when I get off this plane, not what gate I'm getting off at. So anyways, he was giving me a hard time about that. Honestly, he was getting on my damn nerves, so I ended up walking off and asking somebody else. He was being extremely rude. I can't even remember some of the stuff he was saying, but he was like, it was just rude. Like, why would you take your bag off on the plane? Why wouldn't I? Like, to get comfortable on my flight? Like, it was just a bunch of stuff he was asking me that was just like, are you gonna help me find my bag or not? But anyway, so I finally found this one guy who was like not even really officially a worker at the airport. He was like an intern. But he was very much, I honestly think he was trying to holler. You know how guys be. But he was very much like, oh, you're so beautiful. This is a young black guy. But he was like, he was like, what can I help you with? Like, what's going on? I was like, I left my black bag on my plane, the plane that I just got off of. I'm about to be running late to my other flight. Like, I'm about to miss my other flight, so I need to hurry up and see if my bag is here or what I need to do to catch up with my bag before I leave this airport. And he's like, okay, well, do you know what gate you got off at? I said, no, I'm not sure what gate I got off at, but I can tell you where my plane was coming from. Told him what my plane came from, y'all. And if he didn't get right on that computer and look up what gate that plane went into, like, anybody could have done that. And by the way, y'all, I cut this part of the story short, but by this time, people hadn't sent me all the way to TSA. They hadn't sent me to the security office. They hadn't sent me to another side of the airport where they thought my gate might have been. Like, they hadn't sent me all over the airport at this time. So the crazy thing is, the guy that I finally walked up to was like a few gates down from where my plane actually, and I knew I was in the right area, I just wasn't sure exactly what gate. So we was just a few gates down. I was like, he was like, what the bag look like? I was like, it looks just like this. It's a fanny pack, black, with this logo on it. Cause y'all, I take my stuff with me everywhere. Like, even my backpack got the Pretty Little Boss logo on it. My lanyard got the Pretty Little Boss logo on it. My jacket at the time had a Pretty Little, like, literally I represent everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, you gonna know that's the Pretty Little Boss right there. So he was like, dang, this is your clothing line. This is dope. I love this. This is dope. And of course, y'all know I sent him to the Instagram, period. But yeah, he was just very, very helpful for once in my entire trip. Like, extremely helpful. So when I got to the gate, they had my bag right in the front, and they knew right away that it was mine because I had on this jacket. And again, the logo on my bag is the exact same. So as soon as I was walking up, they were like, Michelle? And I was like, yeah, this is me. And they was like, yeah, you left your bag on the plane. I was like, thank you so much. I've been trying to find it for like the last hour. So anyways, I got my bag. Now I got to book it all the way across the airport again to get to my flight home. I don't think I had any problems. I was almost late for that flight, but I did make it. And I flew home and promised myself I would never take another solo trip ever again. Yeah, it was stressful. It was not only stressful for me, it was stressful for my girlfriend, because now I'm going through all of this and it ain't really much she can do from Florida. Like, all she can do is comfort me through the phone. Like, she frustrated that it's not more than she could do. I'm frustrated because I'm having to face all these confrontation and I'm not confrontational, and then everything that could go wrong is going wrong, and then now I'm out here sick by myself. Like, it was crazy, y'all. So yeah, it is for that reason that I will never ever be taking another solo trip. Whenever y'all see me somewhere, just know I got my peeps with me. Whether it's me in China, whether it's me and my mama, whether it's me and my nephews, my sisters, I'm not olo dolo. I am never, ever, 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 ever gonna be olo dolo out here in these streets, because it is rough. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's super long. It's like, I'm looking at 1 hour and 17. I don't know if anything is gonna get cut out. Probably not, because I feel like I did this video pretty good. Hopefully the sound is clear, because y'all, if it's not, I am not recording this video a third time. It's too much. My voice box hurts right now as I'm speaking. So yeah, hopefully this video came out right, because I'm not recording it again. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a comment down below about your last solo trip, or if you haven't taken a solo trip, tell me down below in the comments why you wouldn't or why you haven't. I'm interested to know y'all stories too. But other than that, I hope I see y'all in the next video. I do have another dope story time planned for you guys. I don't think I'm going to be doing a vlog in a while, just because I am getting used to a new work schedule with my businesses, and it's like a jam-packed 7-day-a-week schedule, which I wouldn't mind sharing with you guys, but for right now I'm just working on putting myself in a routine, and to add recording on top of that is just gonna be way too stressful. So just let me get into my new routine, And then when I'm ready to share that with you guys, I will. But like I told y'all before, vlog content is not gonna be that popular, only because I don't do a whole lot but work. And I know y'all don't want to just sit here and watch me work all the time. So when I have like a trip planned, or like me and the family have a fun week planned, then I'll vlog. Then I will vlog. But other than that, I'll probably stick to like story times or other type of content. But the next vlog, I can't talk. The next vlog you guys see from me will be actually from me and Chai on the Chelle Chy page. So make sure y'all go subscribe to that page. It will also be in the description box down below. She's coming to visit like next week or this weekend, I think. So we're gonna go ahead and do a vlog for our couples channel. Yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you share this video with your friends. Subscribe if you have not already, because you're gonna love it here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. I'm manifesting millions till I got them in my hand. Got $1 million plan to make the business